Welcome. I'm Kim, coming to you from the beautiful Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic today. I'm so glad you've joined me. I've created an uplifting and energizing yoga flow class just for you. But before we start, you may want to have a couple props. You may want to have a chair handy, and I'll explain when you could use that. And you may want to have some padding for your knees. We won't be on our knees long, but if you'd like a blanket or a couple pillows for our knees, to go ahead and grab those. And of course, always have water to stay hydrated. So, come into a comfortable seat. We call this Tsukasana easy pose. And I want to just share briefly, before we get started, a story about how a caterpillar, something that's dense and crawling, we all know what these caterpillars look like, and how they transform into a butterfly. It really is just pure magic. They weave this cocoon and they become pure liquid inside that cocoon. And then at some point, the butterfly emerges, light, transformed. So I hope this class will be like that for you this morning, to take you from a heavier state to a lighter, uplifted state. So join me in seated pose. Feel free to close your eyes or soften your gaze as we arrive into our body and get centered for our practice. Placing the back of your hands on your knees, connecting thumb and index finger. And take a full breath in, feeling expansive in your ribs, your lungs. And a long breath out through your mouth several times. Big breath in. Feel your ribs expand on the front of your body, back of your body, and sides. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Twice more. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart space for a couple sun breaths to open up our shoulders. As you inhale, reach up toward the sky, and exhale, roll your shoulders back and down, fingertips graze the earth. And let's reverse that. Inhale, reach up toward the sun, and exhale, bring your hands back down to your heart. Twice more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale up. Exhale, prayer. And one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, down. Take it up to the sky. And bring your hands back to your heart. Placing one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. And just feel where you are. Feel your presence. Feeling the rhythms that sustain you. Your breath and your heart beating. Ask yourself what you could use today, and perhaps setting an intention or a prayer around this desire. Take 3 more breaths. And blink your eyes open. Let's make our way to table pose, hands and knees. And here's where I'd invite you, if you'd like some padding under your knees, go ahead and place that. So from tabletop, let's go ahead and extend our left leg back straight behind us with our foot on the floor. And then just pumping forward and back. This is a really nice stretch for your calf muscle. And it also opens up your joints in your feet, your ankles. You might feel some little snap, crackle, pops. Should likely feel pretty nice. If anything ever doesn't feel right for you, please modify or change shapes. Safety first. All right, so let's take this into a little bit of a balance here. So floating your left leg off the mat, you want to turn your toes down. your hips are level to the mat. So we don't want to hike it up. We want to bring our hip down. Again, point those toes down. Now this might feel like a sufficient balance as it is, but if you want to challenge yourself just a bit more, reach your right arm forward with your thumb up toward the sky and take 5 breaths. Really reach through your fingers, reach through your heel. Breathing for 3 more. Nice work. Lower down. Make some big circles with your hips. Circle the other way. And let's switch sides. So now extending your right leg behind you, and go ahead and pump forward and back. I feel those little cracks in my feet. Snap, crackle, pops. Little adjustments, feels great. All right, now introducing that balance, that strength. So taking your right foot off the mat, point your toes down to the mat, and really push through your heel. And you've got an option to lift your left arm. Spread your fingers nice and wide if you're doing that, thumb up to the sky, and see if you can get even longer. 4 more breaths. Draw your navel towards your spine, belly button in. And release down. Take some circles once again. I'm going to turn toward the side so you can better see me, but feel free to stay where you are with your knees still on the mat. And stepping your left leg off to the left side of your mat, your hand is in front of you, and then taking your arm up to the sky. So if you're mirroring me, I may have said that backwards, but it would be your right leg out to the side and right arm up to the sky. Same arm, same leg. 4 more breaths. You may feel your heart beating just a little bit faster. We're introducing a slight back bend. Nice. All right, come back down. Let's switch sides. Just extending left leg out to the left side. Your hand out in front of you, in front of your front knee, and then twisting your arm up to the sky. Your gaze can be up or neutral. Just to avoid letting your head hang. And take 4 more breaths. And release down. Come back to table pose. And from table pose, let's step our left foot forward and coming up for a modified crescent lunge, knee down lunge. And I like to take my hands behind my head here and get a gentle stretch through my chest. It's a little bit of a back bend. Taking 5 breaths here. Ah, so energizing. All right, come back to table and let's switch sides. Stepping your right foot forward, and a little bit different this time. Let's interlace our hands behind us at our tailbone, our sacrum, and once again, lift your sternum, lift your heart, and take 5 breaths. All right, come back to table pose. Now with our right knee down, let's extend our left leg out to the side and reach our arm up to the sky. A little bit different than our twist. This is called modified side plank. If you've been doing yoga a long time and you enjoy going into full side plank, feel free to take that option. Both legs would be straight, but only if your back and body feels comfortable with that. And lower down, and let's switch it out. Reaching your arm up to the sky. Feel that lateral stretch in modified side plank. In modified, our knee is supported on the earth. And in full side plank, both legs are straight. Both of them are excellent strengtheners for your chest, shoulders, core. 2 more breaths. And lower down. Tap out the tops of your feet just to wake them up. I'm just going to move my towel back a little bit so I can get some more space on my mat. So from table, let's walk our hands forward, a handprint or two, for a modified push-up, keeping knees down. Now this is a little bit of a flow here, so I'm going to lower down a little bit and then push back to child's pose. My toes are curled. Come back to my modified plank, lower down, push up, and stretch it back. So just moving at your pace between push-up and child's. Let's take 5 more. Keep your elbows in by your ribs. Collarbones broad. Last 2. And take child's pose. Stretching back. Arms can be extended, or you might like them back by your side. Take 3 more breaths in Savasana, child's pose. And hands under your shoulders, pressing up. Let's find our way to standing now. So let me show you this flow. We'll take 5 times. Inhale as you reach up toward the sky. Interlace your hands, index fingers point, and lean to your right, getting a nice side stretch. Inhale back through center. Exhale, lean to your left. Inhale through center. As you exhale, goal post your arms. Feel a little back bend there. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Let's take that flow 4 more times. Inhale up. Exhale right. Inhale center. Exhale left. Breathe in. Goal post your arms. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. 3 more times. You may feel like you're really waking up, transforming for this day ahead. 2 more rounds. Feel that opening of your ribs. One more time. Inhale up. Lean. Feel that lateral opening of your side body. Breathe in. Cactus. Reach up. And exhale, hands to prayer. Pause here. In mountain pose, feel the 4 corners of your feet grounded into the mat. Maybe rocking forward and back a little bit. And then release your arms down by your side. Our next pose is called Crescent Lunge. You could do this by a wall or a chair. Let me demo with a chair, and I'll give you another option as well. So bringing right leg forward, we're going to take our left leg straight back. This could be a modified Crescent Lunge as well with knee down. So know that that's available to you as well. So from here, again, you can keep your hand on the chair, or maybe you want to place your hands on your hips. Energize this back leg if your knee is lifted by lifting that back heel. It doesn't matter how far your stance is, but do try to square your hips forward so they're both aiming the same direction and level. Now, if this is comfortable to you with your hands on your hips and you want a little bit more challenge, you can take your arms out to the sides, thumbs up, stretch through your fingers, lift your heart, lift that back heel for 3 more breaths. Fabulous. Take your hands to your heart and stay here, or join me in what I call prayer twist. I'm going to turn around just so you can see me in the camera. Prayer twist. I would anchor my elbow outside my knee, and my top elbow is facing up toward the sky. And let's take 3 big breaths. Just imagine that you've got a dirty dish rag and you're wringing out the tension, wringing out the water. Finding space in your spine. 2 more. Step your back foot up to your front foot, coming back to mountain, palms forward. Take a few breaths before we take the other side. All right, so let's take it to the other side. Left foot will come forward. Right leg is back or knee down for your modified crescent. Again, you can keep your hand on your chair for more balance. Or, second option, hands on hips. Again, keeping your hips squared straight forward. Or third option, take your arms up, thumbs up to the sky, stretching through your fingers. Lift that back heel. Feel the energy. Feel your light. Feel yourself getting lighter, even as you're gaining strength. 2 more breaths. Bring your hands to prayer. An option for that prayer twist, anchoring your elbow outside your knee. Your top elbow faces the sky, and creating as much space as you can between your top shoulder and your ear. 2 more breaths. Hands on your front knee, step your back foot up to your front foot, coming back to your mountain for a few breaths. And blinking your eyes open for chair pose, Utkatasana. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me. As we come into chair pose, we want to imagine that we're sitting back into a chair. So our weight is in our heels. My feet are parallel. I could lift my 10 toes and move them. So I'm pressing into the big toe mounds. My spine is neutral. So I'm not tilting my tailbone up, and I'm not tucking it under, but it's just a nice neutral spine. Draw your navel in. Keep your heart lifted. Hands in prayer. So feet can stay grounded, or if you're seeking more challenge and it's comfortable for you, you could test your balance further by lifting your heels for a couple breaths. Wonderful. Shake it out. Shake out those feet. Shake out your hands. Just bounce out your shoulders. All right, this next move I call no jumping jacks. So you get the picture. It's a nice cardio exercise without any jumping, without any effort, really, as far as a lot of movement. But you'll feel how it really wakes you up. So inhale, reach up toward the sky, and as you exhale, let your fingertips graze your knees, bend your knees. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale, keep your spine long as you come down. Inhale up, breathe out through your mouth. And just going at your pace. Taking another 10. Sitting back toward that chair, last 5. And come back to center, shake out your wrists, your legs, your arms once again, and place your hands on your body and just feel your radiant energy. Hopefully you're feeling as uplifted as I do. All right, come back to center. Our next 2 poses before we come down to the mat are tree pose and warrior 3. They're 2 balance poses. So I'm going to use my chair to demonstrate. And take your right foot, and you can place it at your ankle, you can place it at your calf, or your thigh. They're all great options. It doesn't matter. Just avoid placing any pressure on your knee. Reach your arm up toward the sky, turning your thumb back, your pinky forward. That's external rotation for your biceps. Your arms don't need to be that high. If your balance feels good today, feel free to lift both arms up to the sky. Again, pinkies forward, taking a few breaths. And bring that knee forward, coming into warrior 3. I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see me better. I'm going to use the chair for balance. Reaching your legs straight back, hips squared. Point your 5 toes down as you really reach through that heel. If you want to play with balance, maybe prayer hands or airplane wings. And whenever you're complete, come back to your mountain. And let's switch sides. So taking your left foot at your ankle, it's like a kickstand, so the most balance. Or you can bring it to calf or bring it to thigh. Feel your roots growing deep, just like a tree. Let your roots grow a little bit deeper. Feeling that strength in your leg. Got that option to take your arms up, turning pinkies forward to find that opening of chest and shoulders. And let's bring that knee up as we prepare for warrior 3. So extending your legs straight back, turn your toes down, square your hips toward the front of the mat. Now if lifting your foot off the mat doesn't feel right for you today, feel free to keep your foot down, your toes on the mat. And come on down. All right, we're going to make our way back to the mat for a couple stretches before our rest pose. So either choose squat, which I'll demo in a moment, or if that doesn't feel right for your knees, feel free to take what I call downhill skier. It looks a little bit like our chair pose. Your hands could be here or elbows here, but we're not rounding our back, we're keeping our chest lifted. Or if squat is comfortable for your knees, come on down for squat. Take 5 more breaths. And find your way down onto a seat. And let's take 5 breaths for this meditation. Take your hands, palms up, connecting thumb and index finger. And just feel the shift in your energy from the movement, from the activity that we did standing. Feeling heart rate, breath slowing down now. Perhaps recall your intention or your prayer that you set in the beginning of your class today for how you might transform, just like that caterpillar transformed into a butterfly. You too can transform your energy from that of heaviness to that of lightness. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. Let's make our way onto our back for a little bit of core work before we finish up today. So I'm going to lie down on my back. My knees are bent, feet facing the sky. Take your hands just under your hips and hug your elbows in. Palms are down. And then walk your feet forward just a bit so your heels are on the mat. Then taking your right leg up to the sky, bring it back to the earth, and switching it out. Left leg up to the sky. And switch it out. See if you can keep pressing your low back, your lumbar spine down to the mat, so not compromising your low back. Take 4 more. And go ahead and hug both knees in, rocking from side to side, maybe rolling out your feet. And holding onto right knee, extend your left leg onto the mat. Take a big breath into your belly. And as you exhale, let your shoulders drop back. And moving into half happy baby, right hand will take right foot, or you could use a strap around the bottom of your foot. You could be static here, or some people like to rock. You may feel that a nice opening, gentle stretch into your hip and glutes. And draw your knee back and take it into a twist. Knee comes over to your left. Right arm goes out to the right side, gaze turning to your right. And draw both knees back in for our other side. Holding on to left knee, extend your right leg. Breathe into your belly. Exhale, soften the back of your neck. And half happy baby, taking the outside edge of your foot, static, or a little rock. Hug your knee once again and adding that twist. Bring your knee over to the right side, left arm out to your left side, and 3 breaths. Wringing out any final bits of tension before our rest pose. Come to lying on your back. Extend your left heel toward the left corner of your mat. Your right heel to the right corner of your mat. Turn your palms to face up toward the sky. Dome your chest to bring your shoulder blades in and down your back. Rock your legs in and out. Wiggle your fingers. And then find your way to stillness. Take a big breath in and sigh it out. Feeling the integration of your mind with your body, with your heart, with your soul as you rest for the next minute in Savasana. Allow your breath to begin to deepen, bringing your awareness back to your physical body. Stretch through fingers and toes. And then roll to your favorite side and take a couple breaths in fetal. Use your top hand to press yourself up to a seat. And closing your eyes as I finish with this quote. Embrace the experience of emerging and participate in the discovery of your new self. You are not a butterfly collector. You are the butterfly. Bring your hands to prayer at your heart center, recalling the intention, the prayer that you set for today. Wishing you peace, and strength always. Thank you for joining me for this yoga class in the beautiful Dominican Republic. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.